Hey everyone. So now that we went over how to make sure that your menu is correctly configured so that all of your subpages show up, I'm going to show you how to change your theme and what goes into that process. So the theme that we have as the default is 2012. It's a customizable theme in that you can change certain things like the colors and maybe add header images or whatnot. To give you an example of how you would go about editing this theme, if you hover over the top where you have your campus's name, some of the most common options, such as widgets, which are what these are basically menu widgets right here on your right hand side are there. You have the option to change your menus, change your background, and then change your header. So these are some of the options that are just given to you automatically. If you click on customize, what it does is it actually shows you all of those options and you can change them real time. So for header text color, right, I can change that to red and you'll see what'll happen in real time. For background color, it'll show you what happens if I change it. This is a great way to change certain things to see immediate difference and how it'll affect your template. Background image is the same. To upload a background image, you would basically click here, you'd select a file. I'm going to use this as an example. After you select and upload your file, it'll show you what the file will look like behind your image. Um, you can tile it one way, so you can tile it horizontally. You can tile it vertically. You can have it set to not repeat at all. Um, you could do fixed or scroll. So there's a lot that you can get done here just by um, editing through the customize options. Navigation is again what assigns the menu, the primary menu. So in this case, it's main, as it should be. And then static front page just shows that your first page when people get to is going to be the Who We Are page. And that all of your posts, which are all of your practices, your stories, and anything else, that's going to all be in what we do. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I do not really want to keep these changes. If I wanted to, I could just hit save and publish, and I can always go back and change this later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to select another theme. So again, I'm going to go to campus name, and I'm going to select themes to change the theme entirely. And now after I go to themes, you'll notice that there are a bunch of themes that we've actually collected for you to use as you see fit. Now, all of these themes have very different quirks and not only with the visual style, but they kind of function differently. But the base functionality of each is that you will be able to assign your menu to the primary navigation, and then you will be able to organize your content in the same way. So, for example, if I wanted to select say this bird flat theme, right? What I can do for any theme actually is click on live preview. And now when I click on live preview, it's going to give me a preview of what it might look like once I configure it properly. You'll notice that it says recent articles on the right hand side. That's because I haven't put in the other menus for the kind of artifact by type and by focus. We can always do that later. But it gives you a general sense of what it is that you like. So you can always hit cancel and then go back and then live preview another one. And again, it'll show you what it is that you are going to see when you do that. So say for example, I wanted to keep this theme. One of the first things I would want to do is actually make sure that in navigation, my primary menu is set as main. Even if it shows up for here, do not take that for granted. In some cases, it might break. So you want to make sure that your menu is set to main. That's the same for all people. And then you can select some of the kind of background or header images or change anything here basically that you would like. And then once you're finished customizing, you can hit the save and activate button. Now, after you hit the Save and Activate button, you'll be taken to what's usually a theme options area. Some themes have this and some themes don't. Depending on how many options the theme has inherently, like the designer has created, you will notice different things. In this case, I have a bunch of documentation for this theme, which is really great. That tells you how the theme works, shows you things like short codes, um, and it's really great because it'll give you kind of a sense of what it is that you're dealing with. So I'm going to go back and view my site now that I've changed my theme. And since I did select the correct menu, I have all the options I have available to me. Luckily, it did save the widget configurations on the right hand side, so I don't have to do anything to that. And I'm pretty much good to go. You'll notice that you do have, in some cases, a slider area. How this slider works is dependent on the theme. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I will assure you that if you want help getting your slider to work, you can email me at any time and I can do that very quickly for you. It just doesn't make sense to do that in this tutorial since all of the themes kind of function a little bit differently.